Welcome back. Welcome to your reading of a divine message from the divine for you. From the divine for the divine. What's going on? King Neptune sensitivity. Thoth, divine masculine. Alright. You could be connecting to ancient past lives. Atlantis type vibes, even if it's not exactly Atlantis, but you could have lived in water. I'm speaking to somebody who has ancient past lives as a king or queen, as a divine masculine. You have past lives that you are unlocking, acquiring who you are, coming into a realization that your strength that you've always had hasn't just come from the practice you're doing in this life. It's come from what you've done for millions of years. So that's what sets you apart. You haven't been a leader for a short time. You've always been a leader. Even when there wasn't established civilization, you were still a leader. So you have these incredible divine masculine abilities. You're unfazed. You're able to be focused. You're able to stay focused. You're able to do your work regardless of what's going on. And that doesn't mean you don't feel what's going on. You know exactly what's going on. You're very, very sensitive. So you know exactly what's going on. Your spirit guides are telling you all the tea, all of it. You know exactly what is going on, okay? But that doesn't faze you. That doesn't stop you from doing what you're here to do. It actually helps you. It's actually your tool. It's your greatest tool. You're okay with feeling it because it doesn't shake you. It doesn't change who you are. It doesn't change that you are this primordial soul connected to God. This doesn't change your relationship with God. This doesn't change the work you've put in with God. These two look the same, but they're in different lives. Thoth and King Neptune. So, with this ability, it's the focus, it's the drive, it's the action that allows everything to be done. That allows any manifestation to be manifested. But it is your ability to receive and feel the energies around you and the energies affecting you that makes your work that much more potent. You have a masterful ability of connecting to souls that need connecting to. You could feel it. You could feel their feelings in your body. Knight of Pentacles. Okay. Queen of Pentacles. Interesting. So this is a relationship. This is definitely a relationship. This is the masculine being this divine masculine that I was just talking about. He is at the beginning of his career. He is at the beginning of his work, of him establishing himself in this physical world. And he's picking up this divine knowledge. He's picking up the wisdom that nobody taught him, that nobody in the physical taught him. He's picking up his ability to speak to spirit his ability to allow spirit in, and his ability to be himself, to embody all that he is, the yin and the yang. Embody the lives he's lived where he was an incredible light being, and also the lives he's lived where he was in his shadow. And there's nothing wrong with those shadow lives. Those shadow lives are his to claim. They're his experiences. They're what he lived. There's nobody else's experiences. They're his. They're the wisdom he accumulated. So, the masculine is establishing himself and the feminine is well established. The feminine is well versed. The feminine has dealt with it all. The feminine has put in an extraordinary amount of work. She's the epitome of divine manifestation. She just looks divine. She looks perfect. And she acts accordingly, and she has acted accordingly. She's very similar, where she's had just as many powerful lives, just as many dark lives, and just as many light lives. But she's been doing this in this life for a longer time. And she's just more wise. She's just more calm. She has nothing to prove. But a lot of her calmness is because she's already put in the work. She's already put in an immense amount of physical labor in this life, amount of practice, accumulating her skills, amount of work to be her best self. So she's sitting here on her throne, her best self. Like she's in her prime mode, regardless of how old she is. Surrounded by nature, surrounded by beauty. Her outer is a reflection of the inner. So, the masculine is being very direct. The masculine knows what he wants. The masculine is looking right at her. But the feminine is trying to teach the masculine, hey, it's all right. I'm not going anywhere. I never will go anywhere. There's no need to rush. There's no need to put your life in my hands. Sure, the feminine's saying, sure, I could gift you with everything your ego desires, right? But that's not what's best for you. The feminine is looking at the masculine in a much more wise state, knowing that the masculine has a lot more to learn. The masculine has a lot more work to put in. And it may not be work that the masculine is aware of. It may not be work that is obvious. It's not something he could just go and do. It's growing that needs to just happen. It's a wisdom that comes through living. And also, she's teaching the masculine how to be self-sustainable. And I'm getting that the masculine could have done this for her in past lives. Or they've probably done it for each other in many lives. But the feminine is around all this beauty that she created with her own hands. And she wants to teach this power to the student, to the mentee. She knows how much the masculine loves her. She knows it. She knows he loves her painfully hard. And that is why he makes for a good mentor. Because he's not doing this out of ego. He's doing it because it's true love. He truly cares. And he always has. And this connection has lasted the test of time. The farmer. I enjoy being of service to those who deserve it. Beautiful. So that is also something she's teaching him. That we are here to be at service. That is what we love to do. And the masculine is learning because the feminine is a master alchemist of her emotions, a master alchemist of her being. She puts her life's energy, she puts everything that she is into her work for the masses. She doesn't do it because it boosts her ego. She does it because it makes for a great story. It makes for a divine story that could heal people, that has healed people, that has saved people's lives. It's like she is a biblical character. She is a prophet. Her words, her work heals. It's of the light. And she's teaching the man, the masculine, that you could do exactly the same. And you are exactly the same, and you will be exactly the same. You always have been exactly the same. So, this is very beautiful. This is very beautiful, very freeing, because the feminine is okay with this. The feminine is okay with loving from afar. She's okay with allowing this time to be. And the masculine is honestly okay with it too. The masculine is okay with building right now, with shining, learning how to be the star, learning to be the star, to be the alchemist, to be the walking magician, the walking artist, to live in power, to live in knowing, removed from fear. Beautiful. The lovers, I attract love, abundance, success, happiness, and fulfillment. Yeah, so both of you guys are fine, perfectly fine with what's going on, because you have the awareness that the love's not going anywhere. This is eternal. And you know it, you feel it. Yeah, beautiful. Ace of Cups. 10 of Cups, wow. 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 So you could have made a wish to God, even if you didn't know how to verbalize it, even if you didn't know how to say it with words. You made a wish to God for something with your intuition, with your gut. You want this. You told God, I want this. And God said, dude, obviously you're going to get that. God said, yeah, I know it's coming. You think this is just going to happen overnight? You think it's just going to come knocking on your front door? No. God said, I'm going to make it the most special thing you could ever imagine. It's yours. God said it's yours. God is telling you it is yours. This wish is yours. So know that. Know that. Enjoy music. Enjoy music. Definitely musicians in here. Definitely musician past lives. Bro, you're eternal. Superman is in the building. So Superman is you. You came here from a faraway realm to help people. People may not believe that. People may not want to believe that. But who cares? It doesn't matter if they believe it or not. You know why you're here. You're not doing it for the approval. You're doing it because it's your job. It's what you love to do. The prophet, an ascension. Wow. Okay. You are an ascending prophet, my friend. Your prophet skills, your prophetess skills are ascending right now. Ascending to purity. Ascending to simplicity. You could have thought to be a better prophet, you have to do more. You have to study more. You have to forcefully break through the chains, forcefully break through the barriers. And God is saying, you are ascending as a prophet by accepting simplicity, by accepting that you are who you are, and who you are is perfect. It is perfect for the role. It is perfect for the job. So it's not really that you're changing, it is that you are accepting. You're coming back. I feel like you have had very intense interactions with God. Very intense interactions with God where it's impossible to explain. It's impossible to fathom. And your mind could go back to it a lot. And God is saying, that was part of the program. That was like a roller coaster. That was us having fun. That was us getting to know each other. That was us going through a big drop in a roller coaster. You have access to this roller coaster. You have access to come back to some raw form of God, a very primordial essence of God, where it's kind of scary. You could do that. You could come back to it. But you don't have to. Because the divine is you. The divine is on a certain point of the divine timeline, of the divine ascension, of the divine evolution. And you are at the cutting edge. So these experiences you might recall, they're supposed to be personal. They're supposed to be unexplainable. It's between you and God. Now God is saying, there's nowhere else you need to be. No one's saying you have to go on the roller coaster. No one's saying you have to scare yourself. God's giving you the free keys to be here and now. To be free, to do what you want. To do what you want. To trust what you want to do. Not looking for signs and everything, knowing that you are the sign. You are the sign. You know. You know what you want. Nobody else does. Harp, great happiness. Bat, take care, enemies are working against you. And that was in reverse. Beautiful. You were stepping into great, great happiness. Bear, danger, especially in money matters, okay? Stepping into great happiness after being affected by these strange beings, these strange enemies who were trying to affect your money. They were trying to affect your money. They didn't want you speaking out. They didn't want you being the artist that you are. They didn't want you being free of the barriers. They wanted you struggling like the rest of them. They wanted you to be stuck just like they are. Huh. And that's done. That's done, my friend. You are in great happiness, good fortune, and teapot, deep friendship with someone of the same sex. So this could be somebody, this could be a good friend coming in, but this is also your connection to your past self. If this resonates with you, you have ideas who you were in past lives, and not just one life, but many lives. And if you're looking for a friend, those versions of yourself, these lives captured, these essences, this portrait of life that you've lived before, this expression of self is here to talk to you, is here to comfort you, is here to be your best friend. So you may have had imaginary friends. You may have always talked to your subconscious. The Spirit is telling you right now, they were not imaginary. You're just a genius psychic. You're a genius medium. And I love you. Have a beautiful day. Bye.